Hey everybody, I'm the Portly Gamer, and this is going to be my first review-ish type thing. I actually wasn't planning on doing any of these for a while, but I was approached by a little developer called Psycho Robot Studios, and they asked if I'd like to do a little review of their game. They gave me a 30-minute demo, so it's not a full-on review, it's just an impression as to what I thought of the demo. So, here we go! The game is called Beep Boop Bot. It takes place on a space station owned by a company that specializes in artificially intelligent robots. But wouldn't you know it, a shipment of the robots suddenly becomes self-aware and starts killing everybody. So you play as a robot named Beep Boop Bot, an out-of-date robot who is sent in to investigate and take care of the threat. The game immediately throws you into the fray as you become quickly surrounded by all sorts of crazy robots. It plays much like a twin-stick shooter, except as far as I know you can only play with a mouse and keyboard, so it's a little awkward. Adding to the awkwardness is the fact that the camera just seems a bit too close. It's hard to see where enemies are coming from until they're already too close for comfort. There were also a few times where I died because it was kinda hard to tell just how close enemies are to you from certain directions. I feel like a tweak to the camera angle, maybe some shadows on the enemies might help that. The game is pretty straightforward. You fight swarms of enemies, pick up weapons, power-ups, health drops, etc. Each level ends with a boss fight. I thought it was pretty cool how each boss actually emerges from something placed in the level that was there the whole time, like how the first boss comes out of a storage crate in the middle of the room, or how the boss after that comes out from a trap door opening in the floor. Maybe it was just me, but there did seem to be an issue with the game's flow, where after a while the number of enemies dips and the game really comes to a crawl. I'm not sure, but I get the impression that the only way to get the level's boss to show itself is to fight off enemies until you've killed a certain amount, but again I'm not sure because there doesn't appear to be any kind of indicator as to what exactly the requirement is. One thing I really like is that each time you defeat a boss, you receive a permanent upgrade that will help you throughout the rest of the game. I love that mechanic. The first boss had only one possible upgrade, but the second boss gives you a choice of two. I would have liked to see some kind of description as to what each one did, but you can sort of guess what they do just from the name. The shooting takes some getting used to. I don't know how to explain it, it just feels off. Like you're hitting just to the side of where you're aiming. Also, in the first level it takes too long to kill basic enemies. That is fixed, however, in the second level once you receive an upgrade from the first level's boss, which basically doubles your attack power because you fire 2 guns instead of 1. Then the hordes of enemies drop like flies and it starts to feel right. Much more satisfying. Another criticism I have is the sound. Now, while the sound effects aren't the best, that's up to the dev to use what they can, so I won't go into that. What I do want to say is the volume levels are very unbalanced. The sound effects for the most part are pretty loud compared to the music. The music actually sounds okay and fitting for the game, but you can barely hear it. Also, when your health is low, there's an alarm sound that's there to let you know that you're, dying. But I didn't know it was there until I had already died quite a few times. It too is very quiet, and that's kind of an important sound for a player to hear. Speaking of dying, one of the reasons I died so much is because it's sort of hard to tell when you get hit. I mean, you can see it if you look for it, but it's not obvious enough like it kind of needs to be. All in all, I did have fun playing the game, despite its faults. It does show promise, and I'd like to see what condition it's in down the road. So that was Beep Boop Bot. If it seems interesting to you, you can actually check out a demo on, I think, their Facebook. I'm going to go ahead and add some links to the description below. You can check those out if you're interested in taking a look. Thank you to Psycho Robot Studios for letting me try your game, and thank you to everybody else for watching. See you later.